Alright, I thought it was too early, but these Galaxy leaks are starting to get serious. Yes, we have a ton of these from the Galaxy S22 series that reveal some more important information despite of how early it is. If you're having some iOS 15 related issues on your new iPhone or iPad mini, trust me, you're not alone. And Nintendo just put out a new statement that kills the hopes of a 4K Nintendo Switch. I'm Jaime Rivera, and don't forget that our giveaway with Subcase is still going on, so make sure you participate to win an iPhone 13 Pro Max or an iPhone 13 in the description. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with none other than Nintendo on a report that has me kinda sad. After being announced a few months ago, Nintendo's somewhat disappointing OLED Switch is finally launching next week. And ahead of that launch, there was a Bloomberg report claiming that they were planning to launch an OLED Switch Pro with a 4K display and some new NVIDIA hardware. Of course, everyone was happy with the rumor, but now we got some official Nintendo account chiming in. They're saying that there is a report that falsely claims that Nintendo is supplying tools to drive game development for a 4K Switch, and they want to clarify that this is not true. They also restated that as they announced in July, they have no plans for any other model other than the Nintendo Switch, which is launching on October 8th. And what's hilarious here is that even with Nintendo debunking this, Bloomberg is standing by what they said. They're claiming that the company did provide developers with the 4K device and asked them to test higher resolution games, but of course Nintendo further denied it. So sadly, it looks like if there won't be a Switch Pro, at least anytime soon, and I guess the Bluetooth audio is their way of throwing us a bone, which only proves that you can't really trust what Nintendo says, because that was a terrible move. Let's move the spotlight onto Apple for a couple of segments to discuss some of the issues we're currently getting with different products. Starting with iPads, if you follow some of the tech community on Twitter, you'll most likely see the complaints about jelly scrolling issues on that mini. In case you're not familiar, it actually doesn't really matter if you set it on landscape or portrait. You kind of notice how one side starts moving quicker than the other. So it's kind of jittery if you're scrolling through text. It's caused a whole frenzy over the week, with some people outraged and others saying that it's normal. And it went so viral that Apple came out and spoke on the matter. They provided a statement to Ars Technica where they're saying that the jelly scrolling is not an issue with the iPad mini 6 display, and they claim that this is a normal behavior of 60Hz LCDs like the one on this mini. To be more specific, they're explaining that because these screens are refreshing line by line, there's a tiny delay between the lines at the top of the screen and the lines at the bottom. This can cause some uneven scrolling issues like the ones you notice on the iPad. So for those of you holding on from buying the iPad mini, stay tuned as my review is coming pretty soon. And I have a lot to say, and jelly scrolling is really not my only complaint, even if that's actually not a problem when you consider the good things it does. But moving on from iPad mini, let's talk about some iPhone issues. And boy, there are a few, as yes, it looks like iOS 15 wasn't as ready for the public as we thought. Several iPhone 13 and even older iPhone users are having a ton of touch input related issues after they updated last week. Some users claim that their device completely ignores touch input, and to get it to work, they have to repeatedly tap the phone until it recognizes that you're trying to use it or until you restart it. Thing is, the issue apparently also affects the tap to wake feature, where the phone won't respond to your input at all. Now, according to users on multiple forums on Reddit, sometimes it means the whole display won't work, and others it's just from the corners. Then you got other people like Prosser, where his Apple Watch won't unlock his iPhone, and then his watch got completely bricked and stuck in the charging display. We've also got other issues from the Mail application where it crashes and widgets not working and the whole Spotify deal we covered Tuesday. The funny part is I don't remember dealing with any of this on the public beta, and we just don't have any dates when this is going to get fixed because I have been having those issues. On the other hand, it looks like demand for new iPhones is going pretty well for Cupertino, to the point where suppliers in Taiwan are focusing on producing parts for new iPhones rather than other companies like Samsung since they're having lower sales than in previous years from Q3. Now, let us know if you guys are having any problems or if you're experiencing any bugs. It's mostly happening to me on YouTube where the video that's at the top just doesn't start playing, but then the one at the bottom does. It's just so weird. But finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about Samsung and the Galaxy S22 series, as leaks and reports don't seem to stop. And hey, we're not complaining, but bear with me because we've got 3 different reports here, starting with the battery capacity of the base model. On a new report, it seems that the Galaxy S22 might bring a 3700 mAh battery, which is a 300 mAh downgrade from the S21. Now, what's interesting and alarming here is that it seems that it's the same manufacturer that made the Note 7 batteries, so I don't know how thin and light Samsung might want to go here. But hey, times have changed and processors are more efficient, so I'm not going to judge. Now, moving on, let's talk about the name once again. We have a new tweet from Ice Universe where he's correcting Shen's previous report by saying that the high-end variant is going to be called Galaxy S22 Ultra instead of Note 22 Ultra. And he's confident enough to say that this is 100% confirmed, like he did with the S Pen, so let's see how that evolves. But probably the hottest thing we've seen is some new case renders. Once you involve case companies, it's pretty much official. These renders were posted by Leaks, and they confirm the squared-off design we saw from the renders, the S Pen slot, and the camera array. Now, for the camera, the case only has the P outline, but we're still not sure on which leaked design Samsung is going to go for, but it definitely looks like if these case renders are pretty slick. So just a quick recap, smaller battery for the base model. From the Note 7 supplier, we're not sure on the size of the other models, Galaxy S22 Ultra instead of the Note, and this new design which now has a case maker confirmation. Let us know in today's question, what do you think about the Galaxy S22 series so far? Because in my case, just the fact that the S Pen is included within the body of the phone is, I don't care what they call that thing. They could call it the Z Flat or whatever, I don't care. Just give me the S Pen in the body and I'll be happy. But that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me be shocked with Samsung leaks. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.